right, about to start spraying. Got some pieces prepped back here, and I'm gonna show you. I brought it down with, you know, when you're doing a paint job, you don't just want to start painting on the stuff after you clean it. So I did. I hit it with a 400 grit. You can see that right there, and that's gonna help my coat, not my base, my primer coat, adhere to it. So what I'm gonna do is do a seal coat. So this would be like sealing it. You never want to just sand paint and then just start painting on it. You always want to seal it or prime it something. This is like this is an adhesion promoter, and it's got a silver dye to it for easier assessment applications. So that's why I like it, because you're gonna have some burn through spots on there, low spots where the clear might have got chipped at and stuff, like right here, stuff like that. So this is gonna seal all of that. Also, the prep, once you do that, you're gonna need some, I have prep towels. You don't actually need that brand. And then here's my wipeout surface prep. And then I also use acetone sometimes. This is what I spray it on with. Okay, so if your gun is coming straight from your compressor, you probably gonna need one of these on your gun. Some kind of water trap. Keep the water out of your paint and your gun. Like I say, mine goes through these two and then to my hose, so I don't have one. Right before you get the paint, you're gonna need to tack it off. This is tack cloth, they kind of sticky. Any kind of paper towel or white prep, even microfiber towels, they're gonna leave something behind, trust me. So you want blow it off with your gun while wiping it with this. So even these wipeouts, they meant for paint prep, they still leave stuff on there. Let me see if I can see something. I don't even think it'll show up on camera, but you can see there's some, see that white dust right there? That's lint from the actual towels. That's supposed to be lint free. How about that, huh? Okay, so that's that. You always want some tape in the booth because you got to dab out a bug or something. You know what I'm saying? Or a run, possibly. I use gloves most of the time, so I got these in 100 pack. I think I got a box of 1,000 of these. Got them off of Temu. They work good, so we're gonna go with that. So I always tape, and I got these little picks right here. The little ones you can't really pick at with your fingers or the tape. We'll use that. So here's our gun for the silver primer coat. So, or the adhesion promoter, the DeVilbiss. And this is the one. This is an all-around gun, W100, this, and that's the Iwata. This one's a Baleria. It can do everything. So it lays down as good as the clear. It lays it down just as good as, almost as good as my $1,100 gun. And this is like less than half of the price of that. So this one does base, clear, everything. I could prime with it, which I don't, and stuff. So that's why I look a little rough. I've been using it heavily. So I'm gonna go ahead and I think we're gonna go ahead and dial in the gun and show you how to set it up. All right, so you just got your gun, you got, you know, everything hooked up. Got your little regulator on there to regulate the PSI. And the gun will usually tell you the inlet pressure so that you can have on it. So I'm gonna do a little under 20, probably about 18 PSI. This is a HVLP. High velocity, low pressure. So we're gonna show you how to set this thing up. So usually you got two knobs. This adjusts the amount of fluid that you're letting out. So typically you wanna back that all the way out till the trigger goes all the way back, and then start tightening it back up to the right. And once that trigger moves, you usually can just let go. So it's moving, that's good, that's what I want. And then I can just finesse it on, you know, wherever I need it at. If I wanna go wide open or if I don't. Maybe I got a little light spot I want to kind of feather in, so I'm gonna hit it real light. So the top one, and sometimes it's on the side. This controls your pattern. So the fan pattern, it'll control that, and we're gonna go ahead and do that. So typically we would want to, let's go ahead and get some air in it. So I already got the trigger set. So So we're gonna hook up, and first thing I'm gonna do, you need to regulate the pressure. So hit it, and I got under 20, so I'm gonna tighten it up, turn it up. Oh, you heard the compressor kick on. So usually when you setting this, you wanna usually people like a bigger fan so they can be lazy and not have to do as many passes. But what that's gonna do is give you a lot of overspray. So you wanna tighten that thing up to because at the edges you're gonna get like splatter and dust. And so that's where you get these dry spots from. So if you don't want the dry spots, bring the fan in a little, so by going left or right on it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you different, I'm gonna give you different patterns and show you on the adjustment. So I'm gonna close it all the way up. I don't know if it's gonna catch it right, because it's just tinted, it's not an actual pigmented color all the way. So we're gonna tighten it up pretty much all the way to the right. I'm gonna show you, let's see if I can turn my pressure down for this though. See how it's pretty much a circle right there. So we're gonna start coming out. So usually people like to go wide open and dial it back like 1 full turn. So this is all the way open. So we got maybe about 9 inches versus a complete circle. So to dial it back in, I'm just gonna hit my trigger, not all the way, just to where the air, and I'm gonna start adjusting it back. As soon as this pressure bump, I'm gonna let out. That's where I wanna be at. So let me turn my pressure up. So I'm not letting any paint out. I'm just half pull. It's a different level to when once it start pulling on the needle to let fluid in, you'll know. So don't just the first stage, barely hit it. So just so we get a pressure reading, I'm gonna turn it up to about 20, and I'm gonna start dialing this back in. So you couldn't see it, but it did bump. Your needle gonna bump. Usually that's where you wanna be. Let's check it out. So it tightens it up. But what that's gonna do is gonna concentrate it more, so you gotta be moving because you don't want any runs. But what it'll do is cancel out a lot of overspray, especially if you're not in a well-ventilated area, because you know we got ventilation, so I'll be straight here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a few coats, about at least 3 on all our pieces. Let me show you. And then we'll go from there. We'll start with our base coat, and then we'll put our top coat, and then we'll go ahead and clear it all out. So that's basically how you set the gun up. And this applies to most of the guns on the market. If not, I'd say all. Let me go ahead and get started. All right, before I get started, my mom's always on me about wearing a mask, and she'll be watching my videos. So we got an old one, and these probably about time to change. So I don't have any. I used to have like the Tyvek suits. I ran out of them, and I haven't got any in. So I'm gonna find some kind of suit to wear, mainly like a one piece to where you won't have your shirt flying out and getting on your work and stuff. So we're gonna find some kind of suit to wear, mask up, and then I'm gonna shoot a few coats while y'all can see. All right.
Yeah.
Man, look at, man, hell no. Hell no.
All right, on that coat, that was like a 50% overlap. I mean, once I made one coat, I went 50% over that. And like I said, we had to move fast. This stuff is already pre-thin, and it's like water. So if you sit there for any amount of time, it's gonna run. But it's gonna lay flat since it's like water. That's the good part. So as you can see, it's already flat drying. I'm gonna put like 2 more coats, and we'll start with the base. Alright guys, we're gonna wrap it up. We're pulling in cool air. My reducer speeds are slow, so it's not gonna cure as good. Slow is meant for 85 degrees and up, so I would need a medium to a fast reducer right now. So the most important part is we did seal all our parts that we're gonna paint and stuff. So that's real important for the bonding. Clear coat, as you know, has a catalyst in it. So it's a 2-part. The catalyst makes it hard. So what happens is when you spray on top of it, it's not gonna, usually with like a urethane base, you get a little chemical bond in there from coat to coat. That's why you have flash times, and you can miss that window. From the manufacturer, they miss it sometimes, and that's why your paint peeling off your primer. So you see all these gray spots and stuff if you miss that window. So just sanding on your clear coat when you get in the respray is really not good. Will it stick? Yeah, it'll stick because you scuffed up the surface, but only for so long, I would say. So I've seen some last a long time, but the proper way to do it, especially on the color change, would be to seal it off to get a good adhesion and stuff. So primer. So seal is nothing but a watered down primer. That's why you see me, I was moving fast because I really didn't want any runs or anything. So the other thing was testing the boot that it did well with the exhaust. That's really what I wanted to see, if it would fog up and we would have overspray. We had no overspray, but that contributes a lot to us bringing on fan width in on the gun. So you lose some real estate, but you don't get dry spots, and it'll keep the fog and the mist out of the air. That's the most important part. Everything in the shop has nothing on it. So I even got other parts laying over there, as you can see, and there's no dust, nothing on it. So that's really what we wanted to see and check out. I did go back on the 3rd coat on the black spots, which was burned through spots where they might have had a rock chip, and I had to bring it all the way down to flatten it out. So I did go over that with a third coat. So since I'm gonna stop, because since I'm gonna miss my flash time, I'm gonna go back over everything, make sure everything's smooth, fill it with my hands. And then when I'm ready to start the base coat, we're gonna go ahead and do one more coat of seal on it and stuff, which it won't hurt. I mean, it'll take a little extra time, 15 minutes maybe. It flashes out in about 5 to 10 minutes and stuff. So, but we did good. The booth done good. As you seen in the video, we didn't have any overspray. So I do have a Supernova by Iwata also, and it's known it will drink all your material and put it at it dump. So you got to be moving fast. So we'll see if it fogs up with that gun and everything. But that's about it. I'm gonna let y'all catch back up when I do the base coat, top coat, and the clip coat. All right, holla later.